The reason the center is hosting this event is that probably the one overarching issue that unites the so-called net roots is opposition to the war in Iraq. We saw how the war in Iraq broke up the one-party Republican state and gave control of Congress to the Democrats last November. We've also seen how the anti-war movement has failed to hold Democrats and Republicans accountable so far. The war drags on and is still funded. We've seen how the person who the pollsters at this convention, such as Stan Greenberg, have designated as the Democratic frontrunner, are on record saying that when she's elected, she will keep troops in Iraq and just run a smarter war. This war is not going to go away. It's going to be ended. It's going to be ended by the people in this room. And I think it's especially going to be ended by the people at this table, and not referring to myself. I'm just going to say one thing. In a democracy, we expect more of citizen soldiers than in any other type of government. We expect our citizen soldiers to kill, to suffer, to die. But we also expect them to follow their conscience and to refuse to follow unjust orders. At least we've expected that of them since things like the Geneva Convention and the Nuremberg trials. It's a very difficult thing to do, to obey orders and to follow your conscience.
I'd like to address what you asked about reaching old-timers, the oath to protect and defend the Constitution. That's a very sacred oath. And all of us veterans took the oath to protect and defend the Constitution. And the oath never expires. And the old-timers can relate to that. The old-timers remember that oath. And that oath is based on the Uniform Code of Military Justice and the Geneva Accords. And there's a certain clause in there that says, go on with what the commander-in-chief says, unless he's giving you a bad order. It goes back to Nuremberg, it goes back to Geneva. It's very, it's so easy to argue, and especially the World War II guy can really relate to it because they remember the Nuremberg trials. That's the angle to go from.